This is not how this is meant to go. This is meant to go down on stream, but it's not working. But we've got to do a video anyway because it's an important time of the year, okay? It's not just an important time of the year. It is the most wonderful time of the year. In the FIFA community, that is, not in real life, because let's be honest, Christmas is better and FIFA ruins it because they got rid of them. It's nice to haven't forgiven them. But in FIFA, it is the most fun time of the year. It is team of the season, and it's not any team of the season. It is the Premier League team of the season. Hopefully there's a lot of West Ham players. I'm going into this blind. They're coming up on the screen now. We're going to get into it. I'm going to react to who's there, and then obviously going to pick a team. But first, we've got a few stupid disclaimer things that EA have done. The top 11, right? Whoever gets the top 11 votes goes in, but then EA get to pick their own bench, which is really, really stinky, because let's be honest, we know that Bruno Fernandes, if he's there, or I'm trying to think stupid Man United players that might be there, like Fred or someone, is going to end up getting, or even Wan-Bissaka if he's there, are going to end up getting stupid team of the seasons that they don't deserve. Now that's out of the way, let's pick some players starting in goal. If I started to strike, that'd just be weird, wouldn't it? Right, so goalkeepers, we've got Alisson, Ramsdale, Jose Sarr, Edison, and De Gea. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. You can make a case for any of them, I reckon. You can make a case for any of these to be in the team of the season. Obviously, Alisson at Liverpool. I don't know what the clean sheet stats or anything are this season. I don't really keep track of that. But from what I've watched, Alisson, bit shaky at times. I know Liverpool fans are going to hate me and he's probably going to be who wins, but Alisson is a little bit shaky if he's actually tested. He's just not tested enough. Edison is literally tested so little we don't know if he's a good goalkeeper or not. So that leaves us with Ramsdale, Jose Sarr and De Gea, because I feel like a goalie really needs to actually contribute to their team to get in the team of the season. And that's not saying that Alisson and Edison don't contribute. It's just in the teams that they're in, they're not very important players. So that leaves us with Ramsdale, Jose Sarr and De Gea. Ramsdale had a very good start to the season. I don't know if people have either got used to him or he's just not doing that well anymore. I haven't seen too much of him recently, but he's been going along. I think he's deserving. De Gea is definitely deserving with the team he's playing in, but then you wonder, maybe him putting in average performances is good for someone else at Man United. If he's playing average, then maybe it's just because everyone else is so bad. He looks good. You don't know. I'm going to go actually with Jose Sarr. I think he's been unbelievable for Wolves. He's been such an improvement. You have so much confidence in their back line. With Kilman in front as well. I think Cody's had a decent season. Obviously, Saiss as well. But hopefully, Kilman will be here to vote for because I think he's been sick this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick Cody or Saiss. Or they just don't pick any Wolves defenders at all. They literally never concede more than one goal. They've only conceded multiple goals a few times. Like, this is so weird. Like, Walker Peters is here. Yes, he's been okay, but this is strange, mate. This is strange. Well, no, anti-Wolves bias. Anti-Wolves bias, you've heard it here first. No Zuma as well, but I think there's obvious reasons for that. And obviously, there can't be the best defender because he's getting a community tots. If you didn't vote for Craig Dawson, I don't like you anymore. Okay, click off. I think 3 of these pick themselves. Remember, it doesn't have to be an actual team of how they line up. It's just 4 players from each position. And I'm going with who I think deserves it rather than who I would like to see. I think those 2... if it will let me drag him in. Those 2 and Cancelo go straight in the side. They have to. All 3 of them have been absolutely insane. And I think for team of the season, João Cancelo and Trent Alexander-Arnold, you're going to see a lot of people playing them in midfield. And obviously, it's classic that people pack the fullbacks all the time. So we're going to see a lot of them too. And Robertson, he's just had a brilliant season. All 3 of them had. I don't need to say enough about them. You guys, I'm guessing you've watched enough Premier League. You've probably watched more than me, to be honest. All class players. So that leaves us with Van Dijk, Diaz, Walker Peters, Matip, Walker, not to be confused with the former mentioned man, and Romero. Narrowing it straight down to Van Dijk and Diaz, I think. They've been the better defenders for each side. If Van Dijk's been better than Matip, it doesn't make sense to put Matip in, does it? Same with Ruben Diaz, he's been better than Walker, he's been more important than Walker, it makes no sense to put Walker in. I think it's got to be Van Dijk. I just think he's been the best centre-back this season, really. I think he's just been the best centre-back this season, so that's all I can do. He's got to go in, so that's Robertson, Cancelo, Van Dijk and Alexander-Arnold. I don't think too many people are going to argue with that. If you do, if you want to argue with any of these, and I'm sure you will with some of them, make sure you let me know in the description. You guys can slate my team as much as you want. I'm going to slate yours on Monday when you put them in for ratings on stream. But right, midfielders. We have got Kevin De Bruyne. Lovely. We've got...
Why are you there?
I know Man United fans are going to say he should be here. Well, some of them actually probably won't, so I know a lot of Man United fans are really not happy with him. But why on earth is Bruno Fernandes there? Right, moving on, because I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. Obviously, we're not going to vote for him, but EA will just chuck him on the bench anyway. I said that would happen. We've got Bernardo Silva, Strong season, fell off a bit recently, I think. Same with Saka, fell off a little bit recently. He's having a little bit of a revival now, though. Ward-Prowse, I think he's a class player. Fabinho's got to go in for me. I think Fabinho has been absolutely brilliant. He's got a lot more class about him than Rodri. I just think he's more effective than Rodri. Rodri just kicks people and gets away with it, in my opinion. I know that's not going to be popular, but I think that's what he does. So he's going to go in. We've got Ødegaard, not been effective enough for me. I think Saka and Smith Rowe have both been better than him. Declan Rice, okay, I don't even need to read the rest of them. He's in. He's... Okay, EA, if you don't want me to put him in, tough luck, he's going in anyway. Rice and Fabinho have got to go in. Let's go back to the midfielders just in case there's someone who has to replace one of them. Bowen, again, it has to be there. I'm surprised he's not an attacker, actually, but he's on fire, and he might be cuddling Danny Dyer. That's all I can say about that. Right, but we've got Declan Rice in there as well. Rice would, even if I wasn't West Ham fan biased, Rice would be in there. He has to be in there. If you haven't put Rice in, you just put in players from the team you support, I guess. Which I know I've done, but Rice needs to be in there. Bowen, I get, maybe he hasn't been as good as some of the other players, but for me, most English player goals and assists, most English goal contributions overall, not most goals and most assists, just most overall goal contributions. That's a very impressive stat, so that's why he's there for me, and it's definitely nothing to do with the fact that I support West Ham. Looking at the rest of them, we've got Rafinha, again, fell off. Brilliant start to season, poor end. Gallagher, I love Gallagher. I think he's such a good player. Really would love him at West Ham. But unfortunately, I don't think we can put him in. I've got to back my boys, but I do like Gallagher. Honourable mention, maybe, for me. I've just seen Benrahma. Bro, no, I didn't. I know I said I wouldn't do this. I'm checking this guy's stats. I'm checking this man's stats. 6 goals, 6 assists. It doesn't feel like that. All he does is lose the ball. Ruben Neves. He's a hard one to miss out, Ruben Neves. He really is. He's a hard one to miss out, I think. And he might be there ahead of Bowen if I didn't support West Ham. That's what I'll say there. But should we go on to the attackers? Shall we go on? This is where it gets interesting, because I can already see Ronaldo kind of peeking out at me. Kane as well. Right. Who should be here? Let me think. Before it comes up, I'm going to tell you who should be here. Got to be Salah, got to be Mane. I'm expecting Jota to be there. I'm expecting Sterling, Mahrez. I'm trying to think of other players from those two teams. Obviously, Son's got to be there. Surely. Maybe, I don't know, like an Ivan Toney. Antonio shouldn't be there. I've got a feeling he will be there because I just like him for some reason, though. Apart from that, not really too much is coming to mind. I know I'm probably missing some good strikers from teams that are lower down the table. Maybe like Ollie Watkins could creep in. We'll see. So let's go on to the attackers. EA. There we go. For some reason, the arrows are there for no reason. They don't actually work. There we go. We've got Ronaldo, Kane, Son, Sterling. I think I mentioned him. Mane and Salah, of course. Foden, I expect to be a midfielder, but I know he's played left wing a lot, so fair enough. Mahrez, again, mentioned him. Toney, and I've seen him. Antonio, I don't think he scored a goal for West Ham since February. Him, Ben Yedder and Alwar, they must have something about EA in their possession that we don't know. Right, so, Salah goes in. I don't think there's any point in arguing that. Salah goes in. If you argue with that, then you're just stupid. You don't know ball, okay? You do not know ball if Salah is not in your team. I can't think of a reason why I can't think of even an argument why someone would say Salah isn't in the team. There's no way you can't put Salah in the team. Son for me next. He's another one that's jumping out at me. What a season. If you watch Tottenham, okay, boys, I know Kane takes a lot of headlines, but he didn't have a good first half of the season. He's only been good since about February. Everything they do even out goes through Son, okay? A lot of their attacks, if you watch Tottenham, they just boot the ball long and let Son do the rest. They just boot it in Son's general direction, and either he'll play in Kulusevski, he'll do something with Kane, or he'll run himself. I think he's their most important player rather than Harry Kane. I think he's so important to them. And if he'd been there a whole season, I'd argue Kulusevski here as well. And that pains me to say as a West Ham fan. But Spurs' attack is good. Is very, very good. I just think better midfield. Definitely better defence required for them. But please don't do it. I like you being bad. Right, so then we're left with Sue, Kane, Sterling, Mane, Foden, Mahrez, Toney, Jota and Antonio. Let's rule out Toney and let's rule out Antonio straight away. Tony's been good, but I don't think he's scored an amazing amount of goals. He's kind of done as expected. He was really hyped coming up to the Premier League. And I think he's done enough to meet the hype, but he hasn't set the league completely alight. I think he's had a good season. Definitely had a good season, but he hasn't been teamed as a season standard. Mahrez I really like. Foden, I think a lot of his better stuff has gone on in the UCL, and you kind of have to take the UCL out when you're doing this, okay? Because this is the Premier League team of the season, based on Premier League performances, okay? Or it would just be West Ham's Europa League team, you know. But right, Mane, definitely up there. So Sterling. As I said earlier with Kane, I'm going to rule him out. But this is the hardest pick of the team, I think. This and that third midfield role, they're so hard. Like, the defence was easy, and the goalkeeper was easy for me, and I think it'll be easy for other people. People will go, no question Anderson, or even Jose Sarr. Unless you support Arsenal, that is. But yeah, right, so we've got left. We've got Jota, Mahrez, Mane, Sterling. People are not going to like this. I think this man has been class. That would have been a lot better if it actually dragged when I tried to. I think this man has been so class, he's got to go in the team. Diogo Jota, welcome, mate. Welcome. Welcome, you're in my team this season. We might as well talk about the bench while we're here as well. If it's 23-man squad, this is the 11 you're expecting. I'm probably going to say Mahrez will get one, Mane will get one, Sterling will get one. Obviously, Ronaldo and Kane will get them for the money. We go back to midfield again. Bruno Fernandes will get one for the money. So probably will Bernardo Silva, who actually, to be fair, probably does deserve one. Rodri again might get one for the money. De Bruyne definitely will. And we're looking in defence. Walker, because he'll have 99 pace, he'll get in the team. Hopefully there's no more than 2 goalkeepers. If do that, that's a disgrace. But yeah, a few players are really unlucky to miss out. I'd love a Conor Gallagher, but for the West Ham, I need it. Just as a West Ham fan, I need it. Maybe not Bowen, because he'll get upgrades from Europa anyway. But there we go. That's my team. As I said, I'm going to review yours anyway on Monday's stream, because today's didn't work. But there we are. Please work, EA. Please at least send off my team. That's the least you can do. There we go. Vote submitted. A little bit laggy. It's just proper EA servers, isn't it? But there you go. There's my team, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. And hopefully I will see you soon. Goodbye.